Achha, this is brand management 498. This is brand management section B. Hammad Khan presenting right now, doing a podcast with a young entrepreneur who recently gave us, the privilege of his important hours, Mr. Aurangzeb. Moving on, real quick, because we have limited time, as we know. Give me an introduction about yourself, first of all, and then your company. What do you do? What services that you provide? A little about your company and overview.
We have been working for a very long time, and as you know, our company name is Secure, and we provide software-related services to a large number of clients. Mostly they are from mostly they are international clients, and some of them are local clients. And we have been we have been doing this for a very long time, and it's been a very great journey. And we learned a lot of things. We faced a lot of things. We faced pandemic, and we still survived. So I guess that is a great achievement to to see in your past and to connect the dots. We manage a lot of things, and with no prior experience, with no experience from the industry, I believe we have done a great thing. And where we are right now, I'm very proud of that. I would really like to mention about my team, my partner Hamza and Noor, who have been very supportive and been there in every difficult situation. And it's more of a collective effort, and I don't feel good taking all credit of it, but yes, they have been a very key part of it.
All right, that was a very good insight about your company and your intro. Now moving on to the brand related questions, because this is a brand related podcast, as we know. Every company has a persona, an image in the market. It has an own persona that it carries, and some entrepreneurs realize this, some neglect this. What do you think your company's persona is, speaking frankly?
We in the beginning we sourced our clients from different freelancing websites that includes Fiverr and Upwork. But obviously we realized that it is not a well sustainable model. But obviously as our experience grew, and as we gained more experience into this industry, we were able to pull out some clients from those platforms, and then it helped us to get even more clients due to networking. So networking was one of the main things that really helped us to have a lot more clients, because we were always looking to provide quality work.
All right. Now this is a very rare question that this is a very generic question that most of the people ask.
Yes.
And I had to ask you this: that what made you realize that you have to start a company like this, or what gave you the correct motivation that you had to start this company?
So it was basically idea of my partner Hamza, and since university, when we were in university, we were exploring different things, and we were not really fond of going into corporate sector, and going for a job or something like that. We always wanted that we should do something of our own, and we were always discussing ideas about what product we should launch and stuff like this. So that originally the idea of Senegal was the seed was planted during our university days, and when we started this company, this venture, so we initially started with providing services to clients through different freelancing platforms, and ever since we have not looked past in the past, and we have been making very good progress ever since. And we have also shifted towards the product side of things. We have also shifted towards very different kind of space in tech industry as well, where we are dealing with very complex projects, and we are handling a lot of investments for a different clients. So it's been great. The main purpose was basically to we always believe we can add more value. We knew what was happening in the industry, and no disrespect to them, but we always believe we could add a little more, or we could add we could target a different niche as well, and that has been like always cutting edge technology and very very high focus on design. So yes, that has been our main goal in this entire journey, and we are continuing to do so.
All right, fair enough. All right. Now, when we're talking about clients, as you mentioned
Yes.
earlier, you are client-specific company. You provide services, yeah.
Yes.
So, talking about clients, what type of business model do you carry right now? I mean, are you obviously you are giving services, but what kind of clients do you connect with?
Okay. I mean, we don't really work with the clients who don't believe in adding quality, and I myself am a very big advocate of design, and unless I mean to work with us, your values and our values should be very aligned, and because it's not always about money, it's not always about getting another paycheck. So I personally value design a lot, and I personally value products that brings value to the life of the customers. So uh, yes, so we work with all sorts of clients with from different niches. We have worked with fintech, we have worked with health sector, we have worked with transportation, we have worked with fitness and cryptocurrency and all. So we have a very very vast portfolio of different sort of clients from different niches. But one thing that was consistent between them was that their values and our values were always aligned, and we also made sure that if even if client is lacking that value or does not have an insight, which is not a bad thing, but if they don't have the value, we go one step ahead, and we give them the insight that why this value, this certain value of design or development is very necessary in order to make your product successful. Because in the end, if the product of the customer is not getting successful, if the product of the client, sorry, is not successful, is not being used, so I mean that is not a good thing for me as well personally.
True.
So I focus on adding a lot more value into the work.
All right, that was a very satisfactory answer.
Thank you.
Connecting with that, the tools that you used to build your brand image over the years, they must have changed
Yes.
because of the media and the uplift in the media and different types of media, ATL, BTL, billboards and every stuff.
Yes.
So, what specific tools did you use throughout the years, and how did they change, if they did?
Okay, so like first things first, it is not an easy thing to build a brand image, and it takes a lot of years and a lot of time and a lot of patience to create a brand
Yes.
image. I'm certainly a big fan of few companies on how they like manage their brand image and values. One of them is like Apple, so I'm a really big fan of them. In terms of how we managed to create brand image that we have right now is, I mean, we started off with a website, and we it was I can say that with a certain surety that it was not a basic website. It had like all sorts of stuff that we were like not even able to do, but we did it anyway, just to showcase that yes, we are something, and we are able to provide a certain sort of value. And then we also it was a lot of client loyalty, because as I said earlier that we were pushing for adding a lot of quality work, and we were pushing to add a lot of value to the client's product. So I mean that loyalty worked very well for us, and then it was like word of mouth. I mean, if you are going to give client a good work that he exceeded his expectations, so that helped us to attract more clients, and then we also branched out to using Instagram and different social media platforms like Instagram, LinkedIn. We also tried blogging to increase our traffic on our website, because I mean, doing work in the open source is like very very important, and I'm a big advocate of open source as well. So now we are also experiencing like trying to engage into TikTok, as I believe that TikTok has a massive audience that we are missing out, or majority of the people are missing out, because TikTok has been given a certain type of image in our country, and you know I have no problems with what people think of TikTok, but I think of TikTok as a business and the audience it provides. So I mean, we are. I mean, I think it's a very easy way to get viral, or you know, to get an audience from TikTok. So that has been our journey ever since.
Now, you know, apart from the book, you know, irrespective of the question that I wrote over here, apart from that, frankly speaking, and you can be, you know, with a hand on your heart, you can be as honest as you like. You know, not being biased because of your company and all that thing, but you can be unbiased and tell me that out of the rate from 1 to 10, where do you see yourself along with your competitors in this very market that you stand?
So I would give it a solid 8.5, and the reason for it, because that obviously we see that we still have like a lot of things to accomplish, and we still have a lot of issues going on. I mean, there is always a room for improvement, but being said that, 8.5 is very justified, because we have been consistently providing a lot of quality work, and we like, as we look at into our competitors, they lack a few things. They either lack they lack the brand image, they either you know, just not good with their work, and some company policies I disagree with. So I mean, we are a solid 8.5, and obviously there is a room for improvement.
Yeah. Coming to the conclusion of this very podcast, you as an entrepreneur have to have some kind of motivation, as you know told earlier, that you have certain you know, mentors that you look forward to, look up to. Where do you see yourself in this very, and let me be crystal clear, seeing yourself in Pakistan right now as a businessman or as an entrepreneur is really difficult.
Yes.
I understand, but you know, giving credit to the circumstances, economic and political uncertainties, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Okay, so I lie somewhere in the middle. I at certain points I feel very optimistic about the future of our country, but with the recent events and the recent advancements with the political and economic stability of this country, I have to be, you know, like, very pessimistic about it, and I mean, there is no ease of doing business, and it, you know, when there should be some policies that, you know, help the startups or help the companies to, you know, expand their vision, expand their horizon over the world. I personally believe that this whole elite capture, or this whole political scenario, it has always framed us into you know, like, these 4 provinces. And me personally, whatever I do, whatever the product we launch, whatever the work we do, I want it to be, you know, global. I want it to think in a way that our product is going to work in Saudi, in the West, in the Europe, in the East Pacific. So I mean, there is like no certain support for that in our country, and there is no channels for it as well. And I mean, that is very heartbreaking for a young entrepreneur. And I mean, even like, for example, India is our neighboring country, and it has a population of like 1 billion. And since we are like from Pakistan, and even if I have a great product, I cannot launch it in India, because of the political situation and the political tension between 2 countries. And I mean, we are technically missing out on the 1/7 of the whole population. And I mean, India in terms of culture, language, and religion is like very similar to ours. So having a product that works here in Pakistan, that is definitely going to work in India as well. So I mean, being not able to do business with them is a very problematic thing. And I mean, both countries can benefit from each other, but for now, with the current political situation, I don't see that happening. And I mean, it is, you never know what is going to happen in this country, but there is one thing for sure, that the business of India or the Indian tech industry is not going to happen for Pakistan, which is kind of sad.
So you kind of don't see yourself near India in the next 5 years?
No, not at all.
Okay. So that's very blunt of you, but nevertheless, that was very true.
Yeah.
Now, realistic question, asking, being as realistic as I can be, because this is the best questions that being as realistic as I can be, this is one of the best questions that I have in my arsenal, and one of the questions that I really like to ask to every other guy who's trying to be successful, who's trying to get developed, or who is an entrepreneur, or who is in like my good books, to be honest. So you were privileged enough to be in my good books, I believe.
Yes.
So the question is, okay, while tackling a situation, when you come up to a certain circumstance, what skill you develop, or what skill you have while making a decision, or while decision making skills are concerned, as far as they're concerned, how do you get yourself into deciding what's better for yourself or your business in this way?
So little context to it. I have been like very bad at decision making throughout my childhood, and I really struggled with it. But obviously, there is a time when you have to like take certain responsibilities, and
Yes.
you have to have like this decision making power in your arsenal as well, as you said. I struggled with it even when we started this company. I was struggling a bit, and big props to my friends and my partners as well, like Hamza and Noor, who there are certain elements that are required to have that decision making power. First thing is like support. Support, I believe, like having a certain support in
Partners were very supportive
Yes.
in your case.
Yes. So I had that support from my friends. Then there is a monetary value to it as well. Like as you move towards the ladder, like to higher towards the ladder, it adds a certain confidence in the way you talk, in the way you communicate, in the way you carry yourself. And obviously with the expanding business, you have to think in very minute details about what decisions you are going to make and how it is going to affect you and your company in the longer run. So you start to think out of the box, out of your personal self, and because a lot of people might get affected with your decision, and
Because they're connected.
yes, they are connected. And in terms of taking decision for the betterment of the company, I learned that a lot from Steve Jobs, and his capability to having a vision that to have a look into the future. I really learned that from him. I've listened to a lot of videos of Jordan Peterson and how to maintain yourself. And
He's very
how-
popular nowadays.
Yes. You can say that you might not agree to a lot of his opinions, but I think we should take what's good for us and move forward with it. So I learned a lot of things about like personal life, having that self confidence, coping up with bad decisions, standing up when it's time. So I learned that a lot from Jordan Peterson, and also with the overall experience as well. That obviously we started off with a very small space with a table and 4 chairs. That all we had when we started. I mean, we had like no initial investment and we had like no money back then. So we collected some money and we just started off with a table and 4 chairs. So I mean, whatever you see right now is a testament that we learned from our mistakes and we gained certain attributes that added to all of this. So I'm very grateful for this journey, and obviously there is a room for improvement, and we are
Definitely.
and there will be mistakes, and I'm happy with that.
So as long as you're accepting that
Yes.
you'll do mistakes and then you learn from them, unlike many entrepreneurs.
Yes.
As long as you're doing that, so that's great.
Yes.
So that's something that many entrepreneurs lack nowadays.
Yes.
Because we researched a lot of entrepreneurs nowadays. And without delaying anything, I'm really privileged for your time and for this podcast. This was a really enlightening experience, and I felt we were really privileged. Spending this time with you, we were enlightened, and I hope this podcast serves the purpose that we so intended for. It was really nice having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.